Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, All Things Taeler, just in time for a brand new episode of Fun Fact Friday coming your way. Before we get right down to it, please do me a huge favor and go ahead and hit the thumbs up like button so we can continue to grow this channel. And I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think of today's fun fact. So FFF, comment down below. And without further ado, I am your host Taeler Hendrix, and here we go. Fun fact, did you know that The Exorcist was actually the first horror film to be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? Did you know that? I thought that was pretty cool. So in the 1970s, when The Exorcist came out, it was actually nominated for 10 Oscars, including Best Supporting Actress, which was a nod to the 15-year-old Linda Blair. Super, super fun, super cool. Next one, did you know, fun fact, that the actor Robert Englund was not the first choice to play the iconic role of Freddy Krueger? Wes Craven actually originally had his eyes set on the British character actor David Warner, who you may or may not recognize from films such as Time Bandits, Titanic, and even the various incarnations of Star Trek. However, David Warner actually had to pull out of the project due to, I think, some sort of scheduling conflicts with the project he was already on, and that opened the door for Freddy Krueger that we know and love as Robert Englund today. Super fun, super cool. As you guys know, I was watching Freddy Krueger at a super young age. Just a wicked huge fan. I loved it. I used to watch him and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, when I was like 4 and 5 years old. Next one for today. Fun fact. Did you know that while Stephen King is actually a big fan of Jack Nicholson, the iconic horror author was actually not happy with Jack Nicholson being cast as Jack Torrance in the amazing Stephen King book that I've read several times over, and I think Mama Hendrix has read it at least 5 times, The Shining. And Stephen King was not being a hater, guys. He had very good reasons for not wanting Jack Nicholson to play the iconic role of Jack Torrance, who is the main character in The Shining, film brought to you by the director Stanley Kubrick. Now, Stanley Kubrick, Stephen King was a huge fan also of Stanley Kubrick. He really enjoyed Stanley Kubrick's work. But overall, he was very disappointed with the project. And the reason for that was because the book, The Shining, has a very particular theme. Now, if you are familiar with the movie and not the book, you may or may not have missed this key material point in the book. So I'm just going to briefly summarize that for you. The main reason why Stephen King did not really get on board with Jack Nicholson playing Jack Torrance was because the character of Jack Torrance, the reason why his story is so tragic in The Shining, is because his character goes through this gradual descent into madness based off of the malignant influences of the Overlook. And the reasoning why Stephen King did not want Jack Nicholson to play this character was because Jack Nicholson was fresh off of all of the buzz from the last character he had portrayed in the hit One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And everybody knows that I hate to keep saying iconic, but to me it really is iconic. The iconic psychotic smile of Jack Nicholson, the "here's Johnny," you know, that very big grin that is so creepy and like psychotic and maddening. Stephen King felt that would totally miss the whole point of the book, because what makes Jack Torrance, again, his story so tragic is his gradual descent into madness due to the influences going on in the book from the Overlook Hotel. So if the guy already looks mad, there is no tragedy in the story. There is no descent into madness there if he's already borderline psychotic. So that was the reasoning for that. Fun fact, did you know that Tim Burton was originally in contention to be the director of the original Gremlins with Steven Spielberg? Now, the reasoning for this was Tim Burton was apparently at just an all-time high at that point. It was more along the lines of sort of the beginning of his more public eye popular career. He was fresh off of a lot of buzz from the success of his short film Frankenweenie, and this put him in the direct eyesight of Steven Spielberg. Now, the one big thing that kind of shot him in the foot, so to speak, was the fact that he had never been the director for a major theatrical project for release. So that's how Gremlins ended up going to Joe Dante. And what's very interesting about that is the very next year, the following year, 1 year later, Tim Burton actually had his first theatrical release, which was Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So, and from there on up, Tim Burton skyrocketed. I'm such a huge fan of Tim Burton's work. Love it. Edward Scissorhands, Frankenweenie, Corpse Bride, Sweeney Todd, Sleepy Hollow, and all kinds of stuff. So cool. And next one. Fun fact, did you know that the horror movie Child's Play was actually supposedly based on a true story? Fun fact, huh? So apparently in 1909, there was a Key West, Florida painter and author by the name of Robert Eugene Otto. And he swears that servants that were living at his home at the time and employed by his family put a curse, a voodoo curse to be more specific, on his favorite childhood toy known as Robert the Doll. And since that moment, the doll would move from room to room, knocking things over and causing tons of mischief and different incidents to occur within the home until the family locked it up in the attic until Otto's death in 1974. And after that, a new family moved in and the doll was still there. And they also reported instances of a paranormal nature in regards to that doll. Very, very interesting. And apparently that doll is now currently on display in Key West, Florida at the Custom House and Old Post Office. So if you guys are around that area, check it out and let me know your thoughts. Super fun, huh? And that is all that I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the theme of today's Fun Fact Friday, hashtag FFF, with me, your host, Taeler Hendrix, on my YouTube channel, All Things Taeler. I hope to see you guys back again soon. Do not forget to comment below with your thoughts on today's fun facts for Spooktober and one of my favorite genres in cinema, horror movies. Absolutely love it. Next week, we'll be having another edition of Fun Fact Friday with more facts on some of your favorite horror films and stuff you may or may not have known. Thank you for tuning in to the latest Fun Fact Friday, and I'll see you guys soon. Talk soon.